The nonprofit group Public Watchdogs is still trying to make their case to the Nuclear Regulatory Commission regarding the San Onofre nuclear generating station. They say the spent nuclear fuel there is lethal for at least 250,000 years, and it's being stored in containers that are only guaranteed to last 25 years. So joining us now to talk more about the safety of the spent nuclear fuel is the Executive Director of Public Watchdogs, Charles Langley. Charles, good to see you once again. How are you?
I'm great, Logan. Thank you.
So I know you were scheduled to have a Zoom meeting today with the Nuclear Regulatory Commission concerning your requests for demand for information. That was canceled. You had some technical difficulties. What happened?
Well, as it turns out, if you believe that government regulatory agencies can't do anything right, today was an excellent proof of that statement, because we actually were involved in a meeting, one of my colleagues at 6 a.m. this morning, and the Nuclear Regulatory Commission had the same problem. They couldn't get the audio to work and they couldn't get the video to work. And these are meetings where we've had subject matter experts preparing for weeks, in some cases even months, to essentially make their case before the commission as to what safety measures need to be taken to protect the public's safety. So it's very disappointing. And what's more disturbing is that these are the people who are in charge of some of the most sophisticated technology in the world. This is nuclear science, and they can't even get a simple telephone conference or video conference to work like the one that we're using right now.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people saying if they can't even get a Zoom call together, how are they going to protect us from nuclear waste? I know you've had some major concerns about the storage of that spent nuclear fuel there, the canisters. They're so close to the beach in San Onofre. Talk a little bit more about your concerns.
Well, our concern specific to today's petition before the NRC is what happens if this facility, which has 73 20-foot deep silos on the beach, filled with these canisters, filled with red-hot nuclear waste. It's sizzling hot stuff in stainless steel cans. And what happens if they're inundated with water? Will the water flash to steam and shoot out the top? And in our explorations, we found out that wouldn't necessarily happen. Southern California Edison says these cans would just sort of boil in there gently, like a quote-unquote pot of gently boiling spaghetti. But one other problem is that if there is a tsunami, it could potentially deluge the entire facility in mud, which would completely stop the convection cooling process within and around those canisters. And that's a serious problem, because then you've got the potential for 73 little nuclear disasters. They're kind of lined up like a string of firecrackers on the beach. And each one of these canisters contains more cesium-137 than was released during the entire Chernobyl accident. So it's a potentially serious problem, and we want the opportunity to make our case.
I know that there's been some discussion about trying to have it moved to another location, but it seems like that's kind of a difficult thing to do. No state wants it. No state wants it going through their state to get somewhere else. What's happening in that regard, and what can be done if we can't move it?
That's an extremely difficult process. We think the best short-term solution is for the next couple hundred years would be to move it higher up on the facility in the footprint of the old Unit 2, which they're tearing down, higher up, farther away from the beach, and farther away from storm surges and tsunami inundation. And that's probably about the best we can do. The second thing we can do is get sturdier canisters. The current canisters are stainless steel. It's good quality stainless steel, but it's only about 5/8 of an inch thick. That's not very thick, and we've seen examples of stainless steel like that cracking in as little as 16, 17 years when it's exposed to salt air. And of course, being next to the Pacific Ocean, it's 108 feet away from the beach. We're very close to a lot of salt. So we're very concerned about corrosion issues at the site.
All right. Well, thanks for the update. Look forward to talking to you soon, see what kind of progress you make, what kind of information we get out of them. Charles Langley with the Public Watchdogs. Thanks, Charles.
Thank you, Logan.